A mysterious society built in the remote canyons of the American Southwest, constructing homes out of stone and defying even the harshest desert elements. But why did they suddenly leave? And what happened to them? Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be exploring the fascinating world of the Ancestral Puebloans, the ancient people who once lived in the southwestern United States. We'll be taking a closer look at the archaeological evidence left behind by this mysterious civilization, and trying to answer some of the most pressing questions about their culture, lifestyle, and ultimate fate. Now let us dive into the rich history of the Ancestral Puebloans and discover all the secrets they left behind. When you think of ancient civilizations, images of towering pyramids and bustling cities probably come to mind. However, the Ancestral Puebloans offer a different kind of fascination, a glimpse into a way of life that thrived in an environment where many would have expected little more than nomadic tribes. Their success was nothing short of remarkable. But it wasn't just their resilience in the face of the elements that made them so intriguing. It was also the unique architectural feats they accomplished. Picture this: multi-story buildings made from stone and mortar, carefully fitted together without the use of any modern tools. These structures weren't just functional homes, they were testaments to the ingenuity and skill of their builders. Not only did these buildings defy the harsh desert climate, but they also stood the test of time, enduring for centuries despite natural disasters and changing seasons. The Ancestral Puebloans weren't just master builders, they were also innovative farmers and community organizers. They developed sophisticated irrigation systems to water their crops and managed to create thriving communities in areas where agriculture was not easy. This blend of practicality and innovation makes their story all the more compelling. We can't help but wonder how they managed to accomplish so much in such a challenging environment. As we continue our exploration, we'll uncover more about their daily lives, their social structure, and the mysteries that still surround them. So stay tuned because there's much more to come. Imagine standing in the middle of a bustling city, surrounded by the sights and sounds of daily life. You might take for granted the complex network of infrastructure that makes such a modern metropolis possible. Clean water, sewage systems, electricity, and roads are essential for a city to function. But what if these basic necessities were in short supply? That's exactly the challenge that the Ancestral Puebloans faced in the arid environment of the American Southwest. Despite the odds, they not only survived but thrived. They created innovative solutions to access clean water. The construction of their homes reflects their problem-solving skills. They were built with thick walls to retain heat during the cold winters, and they featured small windows to minimize drafts. In a landscape where wood was scarce, they ingeniously used materials like stone and adobe to create sustainable and long-lasting structures. It's truly amazing to see how they adapted to such a harsh environment and turned it into a place where they could flourish. And it's not just their resourcefulness that makes them so fascinating, but also their artistic talent. Many of their homes feature intricate petroglyphs and murals that depict their daily lives, religious beliefs, and connection to the natural world around them. These works of art are not only beautiful to look at, but also provide us with valuable insights into their culture and worldview. It's incredible to think that these ancient people were able to express themselves so creatively in such a challenging environment. Speaking of daily life, what did it actually look like for the Ancestral Puebloans? Well, one of the most intriguing aspects of their culture is their agricultural practices. Living in an area with scarce water resources, they developed advanced irrigation systems to water their crops. They constructed ditches and canals to divert water from nearby rivers and streams, ensuring that their fields were always hydrated enough to produce food. This innovation allowed them to grow crops like corn, beans, and squash, which provided them with the necessary sustenance to build their communities. In addition to farming, the Ancestral Puebloans were also skilled hunters and gatherers. They hunted animals like deer and rabbit and gathered plants and berries to supplement their diet. This diverse diet ensured that they received all the necessary nutrients to live healthy lives and support their growing communities. Moreover, the Ancestral Puebloans were also traders. They exchanged goods with neighboring communities, creating a network of trade that extended beyond their immediate environment. This practice not only helped them acquire new resources, but also fostered cultural exchange with other societies. Daily life for the ancestral Puebloans was not without its challenges. The harsh desert climate meant that they had to constantly work to ensure their survival. Droughts and floods were common occurrences that threatened their crops and homes. However, the ancestral Puebloans were resilient, and they developed innovative solutions to overcome these challenges. They constructed buildings with thick walls to protect them from the scorching sun, and they developed irrigation systems to control the flow of water in their fields. Their ability to adapt and innovate allowed them to thrive in an environment where many would have failed. Moving on, let's discuss the societal structure of the ancestral Puebloan communities. They were not just master builders and farmers, but also highly organized members of society. Each community was led by a chief or a council of elders who made decisions that affected the entire group. The ancestral Puebloans believed in a system of shared leadership, where important matters were discussed and agreed upon by the whole community. This participatory style of governance ensured that everyone had a say in how they were governed and that decisions were made in the best interest of the community as a whole. Moreover, the ancestral Puebloans had a deep respect for the natural world around them. They believed that humans and nature were interconnected and that it was their duty to live in harmony with the environment. This belief system shaped their agricultural practices, building techniques, and overall lifestyle. For example, they carefully managed the water resources in their environment to ensure that there was enough for everyone's needs. They also built their homes using natural materials and incorporated elements of the natural world into their artwork and religious ceremonies. However, despite their sustainable practices, the ancestral Puebloans eventually disappeared. And the reasons behind their disappearance have been a source of speculation and debate among archaeologists. One theory is that the changing climate in the region caused a decline in agricultural productivity, leading to food shortages and the eventual abandonment of their settlements. Another theory is that overpopulation in the region led to competition for resources, resulting in conflict and the disintegration of their societies. Some researchers even believe that outside forces such as the Pueblo people may have played a role in the decline of the ancestral Puebloan culture. The disappearance of the ancestral Puebloans remains an unsolved mystery, but their legacy lives on through the ruins of their settlements and the beauty of their artwork. Now let's move on to the captivating topic of their art and culture. The ancestral Puebloans were not just practical builders. They were also creative artists whose works provide us with a glimpse into their spiritual and cultural beliefs. Scattered across the southwestern United States are numerous examples of their artistic talent, from petroglyphs carved into rocks to intricately painted pottery. Each piece is a testament to their skill and imagination. Their pottery is particularly noteworthy, with designs that often feature geometric patterns, animals, and human figures. The motifs on their pottery suggest a deep connection to the natural world and possibly represent important aspects of their religious beliefs. For example, some researchers believe that the spiral pattern found on many of their ceramic pieces symbolizes the ancestral Puebloans' reverence for the cosmos and their belief in the interconnectedness of all living things. The ancestral Puebloans also expressed their creativity through the construction of their dwellings. The architecture of their homes and buildings was not just functional, but also aesthetically pleasing. They built multi-story structures made from stone and mortar, carefully fitting the stones together without the use of modern tools. These structures were not only impressive feats of engineering, but also served as canvases for their artistic expression. They decorated the walls of their homes with murals depicting scenes from daily life, religious stories, and abstract designs. One of the most famous examples of their artwork is the Luna Bowl, a large ceramic vessel found at the ancestral Puebloan site of Salmon Pueblo. The bowl dates back to around 1250 CE and features a highly detailed mural depicting a variety of subjects. At the center of the bowl is a human figure holding a staff, possibly a religious leader or a shaman. Surrounding the central figure are geometric patterns and animal figures, including a coyote, a bear, and a mountain lion. The artwork on the Luna Bowl showcases the ancestral Puebloans' skill as artists and their ability to convey complex ideas through visual imagery. It also provides us with valuable insights into their religious beliefs and their relationship with the natural world. While the artwork of the ancestral Puebloans is no longer hidden, their fate remains shrouded in mystery. Researchers have put forward various theories to try and explain what happened to them. Some believe that environmental changes forced them to abandon their settlements and move to new areas. Others argue that internal conflicts or pressure from outside invaders may have contributed to their disappearance. Perhaps a combination of factors led to the decline of their societies and the eventual loss of their cultural identity. The truth is that we may never know exactly what happened to the ancestral Puebloans. Their story serves as a reminder of the complexities of history and the limitations of our knowledge. However, their legacy lives on through their remarkable architectural achievements, artistic creations, and the enduring mysteries that surround them. As we wrap up our journey through time today, we've uncovered just a fraction of the fascinating history of the ancestral Puebloans. Their ingenuity, adaptability, and artistic talent continue to inspire awe and wonder. As you reflect on their remarkable story, ask yourself, what do you find most fascinating about this ancient civilization? And how do you think their story can teach us about human resilience and adaptation? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more exciting historical journeys. Thanks for joining me on this adventure through time. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of our past and the wonders of our world.